story. So yeah, I was sitting with these Asian dudes. Very rich, I guess. I don't know. I don't know who they were, but they were up there somewhere. I know. Like, ain't none of you motherfuckers getting near them unless you're the U.S. president, kind of. So I don't know why the fuck they would even try. Not even my landlord was on this property at that time. So no one was here. Just me. I didn't even see cars driving up Crawford in the dream. So I don't know what that meant. Definitely no cars coming down Upper Mill Heights Drive. So, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. It was quiet, and everyone in this vicinity, even at Billberg Park, were not there. So, I don't know, maybe like 200 or 300 yard radius. You didn't see these motherfuckers driving, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Motherfuckers weren't driving past like that. You didn't hear kids over there playing football or baseball or soccer. Yeah. And the whole time I kept pointing in that direction, right over there. Underneath. There's a cloud. Looks like the end zone. Like that. Right above it. And they were saying, no, Jesus Messiah. And I was like, nope. How did it go? So, like this. Some. That motherfucker wouldn't be allowed right now. He'd probably get killed. If that was what was happening in my dream. So, yeah. Anyone up in the, yeah. So they got cleared out, I think. It was just, nobody was in this fucking parking lot. Not a goddamn person. And I swear to God, we were sitting over here somewhere. But I felt like I was way up there in the apartment complex. So, way fucking up there somewhere. That's where I felt. But we were sitting, like, right about here, somewhere in my dream. And, so it happens when you're a fucking retard. So, you fuck shit up. So, anyways, like, it would be embarrassing for a guy like me to go to Asia, you know, pounding on a jukebox, asking for people for monies, because I said I saw God right there. And he turned that whole area right there into a high-tech, futuristic city. Here in Salina by the Smoky Hill River. It was beautiful. Everybody loved it. It was world class. Like, it dominated everything. So beautiful. Everybody loved the idea and concept. It was just like a big old, like, yeah, right there in the cloud, where that cloud is. See it? Yeah. Right about there. Took over the world, I said. Took over the whole fucking world. Who would have thought? Even here in Salina, Kansas. everyone in this really high-tech city by the Smoky Hill River. I remember thinking how clean the river was, though. It was like crystal clear. Like nobody in Salina had ever seen the river crystal clear blue like that. It's like people could just go into the river, I think. I was thinking you could just drink out of the fucking river if you had to. Like, that's how clean it was. Like, seriously. Like, I wouldn't do it now. I wouldn't even touch that water now. I'd be afraid to even eat anything out of that water. Oh, it's so disgusting. It makes me want to barf every time I walk past it because it smells like shit. But in that dream, I remember the water was, I just remember seeing it. I was still sitting there, but seeing that water. Crystal clear and blue, just flowing. Nobody had ever seen it among this huge, gigantic city. High tech. AI, I remember. Everything just high tech. Must have been Sony, Samsung, just everybody. LG, just, they all came together and built like this massive, massive city or something. Idea or something. But yeah, I said right there, where that cloud is, by the river. And the river was crystal clear blue. I wouldn't drink out of that fucking river now. I think it's the most disgusting. Anytime I see anyone go into the Smoky Hill River, I'm like, yeah, why don't you just, you might have a death wish today, right? God forbid you get some of that water up your nose or some of that shit on your skin. But I remember that water was crystal clear blue. Just like when I was a kid, and we visited my grandfather and my grandparents in Minton, Alabama. And my grandfather took us up to this hidden spot where there was a waterfall, all right? And they said something like, I don't know, the U.S. government doesn't want to dirty this water or something at the time. It was back in the early 80s, so they said they wanted to keep this water perfectly clean for something. It was all natural. I could see right through it, crystal clear, and it was blue. It was like blue water. I'd never seen blue fresh water in my life. But it was blue. Like, kind of like if you saw the Pacific, a little bit blue from a high, but it was like blue color. It was weird. I'd never seen water like that in America. But I was told at the time that the U.S. government did not want any of that water to be contaminated. So it was hidden in some spot somewhere. Up in the mountains. And you see these fish swimming in there. But yeah, it was the most beautiful water I had ever seen in America. Hidden up in the mountains somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know what the name of it was, but it was hidden somewhere in the mountains. Blue water in America. Fresh water. Never seen it. Definitely wouldn't go down to the river though. At I don't think. Or summer. Anytime this time of year, yeah. Don't touch that water. I think most people know that, right? flesh-eating bacteria, brain-eating amoebas, potential risk for parasites right now in Kansas. So more than 100% likely chance you're gonna die from the water. So, but yeah, right over there. Smoky Hill River was blue. And nobody knew it, I guess. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought that the Smoky Hill River was actually blue, I guess. Blue and clear. Clear blue. Who'd have thought? But big cities there. Big cities. Real big high-tech cities. Over there. Right over there. Pretty cool. But yeah. That was my dream. I remember that. The water, they said, was clear blue. Or in my dream, I remember seeing clear blue. A big logo in the sky among the clouds. A big high-tech city in Salina, Kansas. But instead, I was, I got in a car with some really important Asian people who had walled off this whole section of Salina, Kansas. And they took me away. Like I said, 3 years ago, I had that dream. And I was crippled in it. And I could walk. I could ride miles. On that. Yeah. I could ride miles on that. Diane Pancake helped me buy that. I was struggling. My bike had broke down. She helped me with that. I appreciate that, Diane. I'm sorry, but you deserve a blessing for God for that, regardless. If it weren't for you at that time, I would have been in really bad shape. So. Thank you. She made sure I didn't have to pay full price, that I could at least get a 20% discount. I still had to pay a lot, but not a whole bunch. But for someone like me, it costs a lot. Over $100. Over $100. I didn't have to pay like, I don't know, 160. Pay like, I don't know, 140 something. It's kind of nice. No, she didn't buy the whole thing. She helped me get a 20% discount. Sometimes it's hard not having a car. I don't go on bicycle rides for the hell of it. It's actually a job for me. Can't do much dope dealing on a bicycle, right? Oh yeah. You don't have to pay for gas. You don't have to pay for parts. Yeah. Can't imagine if I had all that dope money, what I would do with it, right? But I drive a brand new Dodge. Look at that. Right there. A Lexus. Brand new Lexus. I don't know. Maybe one of the. I heard Jeeps suck, but I don't know. I don't know what cars are good. Definitely a Tesla if I could afford one now. Definitely 100% a Tesla. But, you know, I don't know how to do dope deals. I don't know how to do that shit. So I know how to vape. I know how to smoke cigarettes, coffee, and I guess I can do Cadbury dark web porn now. So yeah, good idea for cripples. For all those weird white, fat, greasy, nasty, fucking stinky weirdo dudes. Yeah. They like that shit. Welcome to America. So, but I saw world domination over there. And the Asian elite, I guess, if they were. Thought world domination of Salina, Kansas was probably a better idea than, I don't know, that shit. I don't know, that shit. I don't know. Maybe that shit wasn't that important. I heard in China they got like, drugstores there or something like that. You could go in and get bumps of like whatever kind of herbs you want to do, you know. So I heard that was just like, I don't know. Yunnan Providence is known for their China Kush, so I don't know if that's a big deal. But anyways, herbs. I don't know what kind of herbs they do. I saw it on TikTok. Chinese people walking into these Chinese medicine stores and taking bumps of some kind of herbs and getting all geeked out. There weren't no officials stopping them though. You know, one time I saw this really rich Chinese dude. He took like a syringe and like pumped it into, I think it was a cigar or something. I don't know. And just smoked it. I mean, apparently he was a really, really rich guy. So, it's a fancy place. I know he was Chinese because everything was Chinese. You couldn't do that in America, I don't think. I don't do that. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been to China. I know it's not really allowed in Korea, but I've seen some. I've eaten and drank some crazy shit in Korea. I'll tell you that. Stuff I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. Mockley was one thing. I didn't know what it was. I said it felt like I was just had smoked a blunt. I said it made me feel like I just had smoked a blunt. So, yeah. I was like, this is weird. It's rice wine. It's rice wine. Why do I feel like I just smoked a blunt? I don't know. Then they had this drink, like this concoction, and you drink it, and it's supposed to take away your hangover, and you can go out and drink some more. I remember walking down this it was like a street market, had all this crazy shit. I was like, where